Hi guys, this is T-Mash from 2A Syndicate, and today we're going to be installing the Steiner MPS to my Springfield Prodigy. Hi guys, I am back. I am back by request from one of the people on YouTube, CBR Joe, to be exact. Thank you for watching the channel and hitting that like button. To actually show the process on how I mounted my Steiner MPS red dot to my Springfield Prodigy. There's one step that I did skip. That one step is only taking off the cover that came on here. The Springfield Prodigy, you can buy them without an actual optic, which was the Hex Dragonfly. I got a ton of optics, so I did not need the Hex Dragonfly. So what I did is I opted to just get it with just the regular sights on it. And it does come with one optic plate. The one optic plate from Agency Arms is a Dr. Cut. The Dr. Cut that comes with it is obviously this one from Agency. It's actually a really good plate. They have a lot of good plates. This month they are supposed to be releasing all the different Dr. Cuts that you can get for the Springfield Prodigy. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I actually mounted it and the steps that I took to do that. If you notice, I do have this, and you would say, well, why do you have a file? Well, what they don't tell you is all the screws that your optics come with, your optics plates come with. When you buy an optic, they'll come with the screw that comes with the plate. A lot of times on these different firearms, they have different depths in there. And every once in a while, you'll have to shave down. Your screws just a little bit just to get them to fit so they're not sticking out, because what you don't want is you don't want any play. So when that's going back and forth, if you start getting play in there, that's going to put stress on your screws. Now when you do file it down, you're just filing it down a little bit, not enough to strip out anything. So it's just a nice easy file. I'm not using a Dremel or anything like that. I'm just actually just kind of shaving it down like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing is I put on the optics plate. After I put on the optics plate, each optic plate that comes with, and even your red dot, always have torque specs. So make sure that you read your owner's manual for your torque specs on your optics plate, and whatever red dot you decide to buy, make sure you read the owner's manual on that too, because they will have torque specs for your optic plates and how it should be torqued. That's what you see here. Now, if you're going to start to put any red dots on your firearms, you really need to get a good torque wrench. They are actually pretty cheap. 40, 50 bucks, 30 bucks on Amazon. This one is the Nico. They have a lot of different ones. You can get whatever one works for you and whatever one you decide. I didn't want to go with the digital, because if I went with the digital, then you're going to have batteries and stuff like that, and I didn't want to go with that. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started. So first and foremost, I installed the plate, and as I installed the plate, that's already on there. My optics actually came with this plate that is going to hold this together. Now, two things that you'll see. You'll see this little clasp here and this clasp here. The clasps both hold each other together, and it keeps it from the movement of rocking back and forth. So when it starts to rock back and forth, excuse that car, guys. When it starts to rock back and forth, that's what that little nudge in there and the plate in there keeps it from doing, because you don't want to put too much stress on either plate. So that's what's great about the Steiner that comes with that. So getting started, as you can see, this says front. The Dr. plates have the 4 sides. Now let's remember, I already had this on here, and I already had it. So I just wanted to make sure that I can help out anyone who's going to go ahead and install an optic plates. But I digress. The first thing I want to do is make sure it's clear. And I'll lock the slide back. You can see it's clear there, and you can see it's clear there. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is line up my holes, make sure this says front, because it will tell you that to the, you know, for the front. I'm going to get this here so I can go ahead and stand this here. The first thing you want to do as well is you want to buy Loctite. Now there's different kinds of Loctite that you want to buy, but what you definitely don't want to buy is red Loctite. Red Loctite is a permanent Loctite, and you will strip your screws trying to take them out of there if you do it with permanent. For me, I got a lot of handguns, I got a lot of different optics, and sometimes I switch them out because some may fit better with others. A co-witness may be better with others than some of the other ones. So I make sure that, you know, I keep plenty of that and plenty of Loctite. So the first thing you want to do is Loctite your screw. I bought an all-purpose Loctite, and I like it. It tends to work great for me. Some people just go ahead and get blue Loctite. You can get whatever Loctite you want, just don't get the red Loctite. Once you get the Loctite on, you can go ahead and start that one. Now, I don't torque until I get both of these screws all the way in. So I'll just start this one. And just get it hand tight. I'll go ahead and throw some Loctite here on my other screw. Get that started in the hole. And again, I will hand tighten this before I do any type of torquing. Okay, so now that I got them both locked in, I just go ahead and clean out any excess. You can use a Q-tip or whatever. You really don't have to, it's not a huge deal. So then I'll go ahead. So for the Steiner, it says it's anywhere, your torque pounds are going to be anywhere from 15 to 20 torque pounds. So, or I'm sorry, any torque pounds, yes, 15 to 20 torque pounds. So I'll kind of put mine in between there. If it starts to work its way loose during usage, then I'll go all the way to 20, but I usually don't go all the way to 20. I'll turn this to the side so you can actually see this thing torquing. That's the torque on that one. And that's the torque on that one. And so with that being said, you can see how tight this guy is on here. No movement. You want to make sure you have no play in there. If you start to have some little play in there, and that's how I found out that I needed to shave it down, is the screws down a little bit, as I had play in there when I first did it. So now that I got this on, and this is on pretty tight, I'm going to take my MPS, my Steiner, line this up with here, go ahead and slide that on. Once I slide it on, I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up. Now, the Steiner comes with a little screw that's right on the side. So there's not any extra screws that you have to go with. This screw stays right on there. And I'll just go ahead and torque this guy down as well. Does not hurt. Now I don't Loctite this one because the way it's built in there, it almost goes on like being on a an AR, like a Picatinny rail. So that goes on kind of like that. And as you can see, I got this guy nice and on there. He's pretty sturdy, does not move. You don't have any play. And that, my friends, is the easiest way to mount a Steiner red dot. Just put this here. And thanks for watching. And remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And train hard, train often. This is T-Mash. Thanks again, guys.